So today's video is going to be my Christmas TBR, which is actually massive. I've gone through all of my Christmas books that I want to read during this time. So let's just get straight on into it. So we're gonna start with It's a Wonderful Life. This one I read every year. Even read it in January a few times and that. So driving home for Christmas, Beth has everything she wants: the kids, the house, the career, the husband. So why is that when New Year comes she can't stop thinking about her old college boyfriend? Big sister Lau has been dumped again, single and childless. She can't help being jealous of her siblings' success, but the grass isn't really greener. Sort of shows like everything, like it's sad in places when everything's kind of like falling apart and that. And it's so sad. And that, and just can't be sad in places, so but I do like it. Then we have Home for Christmas. I love this one. These I got in my first year at college. That was crazy. Beth Prince has always loved fairy tales. Now she feels like she's finally on the verge of having her own happy ever after, a dream job in a charming independent cinema by the seaside, and a gorgeous boyfriend. There's one problem: no man has ever told her they love her. Desperate to hear these critical 3 little words for the first time, Beth takes matters in her own hands and wishes she hadn't. Just when she seems like her luck couldn't get any worse, bad news arrives in the devilishly handsome shape of Matt. The regional director of multiple cinemas demanded to get his hands on Beth's place of work by Christmas. Can Beth keep her job, her man, or is her romantic comedy life about to turn into a disaster movie? It is sad in places, and there is triggering things like a family member being in hospital. If you find that triggering, like, be aware of that. Then next we have The Christmas Guest by Daisy Bell. A puppy is for Christmas, a friend for life. She love it. So when Teddy runs away from home a week before Christmas, he's far too excited to worry about what lies ahead, but Teddy realises just how cold and scary the world really is, and the perfect adventure seemed like a terrible mistake. Teddy is discovered on the snowy doorstep by the Woods family. With their kind hearts and cosy cottage, Clara and Ben and their daughter Emily are the family Teddy is desperate to have. But Emily, there are triggering subject matters, like if this is going to be triggering, then be aware of it. But Emily is ill and her parents are stressed, and with Christmas around the corner, raising a well-meaning but unruly puppy is hardly a priority. Teddy knows he and little Emily have a special bond, and that he can be friends and she needs in this dark time, and if he can prove to Ben and Clara how much happier he could make them all, Teddy might just have the family of his dreams. So we're back in now. So next we have Christmas at Tiffany's, which is 3 cities, 3 seasons, one chance to find a life that fits. Cassie settled down too young, marrying her first serious boyfriend. Now 10 years later she is betrayed and broken. With her marriage in tatters and no career or home of her own, she needs to work out where she belongs in the world and who she really is. So begins a year-long trial. Cassie leaves her sheltered life in rural Scotland to stay with each of her best friends in the most glamorous cities in the world: New York, Paris and London. Exchange grass moors and musty hair for low-carb diets and high-end lights. Cassie tries on each city for size and attempts to track down the life she was supposed to have been leading, with the man who was supposed to be her, to love her all along. I have read this before, like I read this last Christmas, and I'm excited to read it again. Next we have Jenny Coogan, Midnight at the Christmas Bookshop. I'm so excited. I think I might read this on Christmas Eve, like at that time, because when Carmen's festive cheer is failing, Carmen is at a loose end. Her gorgeous Edinburgh bookshop is being used as a film set. She has been ushered from her sister's house, and her love of her life has just flown 1,000 miles away. It's threatening to be very unjolly Christmas indeed. The community around her will save the day. But when the elderly owner of the shop comes to Carmen with a Christmas wish that threatens to never come true, Carmen knows she must buckle down, get the funds to save not only for this trip, but for the shop itself. With the clock ticking and with the help of her nieces and nephew, and a distractingly cute male nanny, Carmen might still make this Christmas the most wonderful time of the year. I cannot wait to read this. This is what it looks like. Then this book I got for my birthday. This is The Gingerbread Bakery. As an owner of a beloved gingerbread bakery, Annie Andrews should have a love life to match her business sugary sweet. But instead she's locked in the battle of the wills with the integrity upbeat bar owner down the street. Max Severn has everything he wants except the girl he dreamed of. It's easier to argue with Annie than get her to talk to him, but with Jenny and Logan's wedding coming up, they're about to spend a lot more time together as the snowflakes fall with the romance in the air. Will Annie see the one she loves to hate might just be the perfect match for her. I love the cover of this book. This one I had last year. I just didn't read it. This one's The Christmas Tree Farm. Kira North hates Christmas, which is unfortunate since she bought a Christmas tree farm in the town that's too cute for its own good. Barnett Ellis is on vacation in Dream Harbour, trying to take a break from both his life and his consistent desire to always fix things. But somehow fate finds Ben trapped by a blanket of snow at Kira's farm and desperate for the Grinch Fest first impressions, with the glow of fairy lights twinkling in the tree and the promise of warming hot chocolate. Maybe, just maybe, these two lost souls will have a lovely Christmas they'll remember forever. I have read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which that was a great book. Might read this one next, potentially as my next book, before I start my Christmas TBR. Next is this one, which is The Reindeer Girl. Lottie loves to hear her great-grandma Mother Erica tell stories of her childhood. Herding reindeers in the snowy north of Norway, Lottie dreams of having such adventures too. Little does she know her wish is about to come true. One night just before Christmas, Lottie wakes to find herself in a world of her great-grandmother's stories, and she has her very own reindeer and calf to take care of. Like, this book I've not read in a while, but I do love it. These I've read like January. These I've read at the beginning of the year. Well, this one I've not read in a while. This is The Snow Bear. As the snow begins to fall just days before Christmas, Grandad helps Sarah build an igloo in the garden with a snow bear to watch over it. And when Sarah wakes in the middle of the night, it looks very different outside. She sets on an enchanted journey through the world of ice, but will she ever find her way? These next three I have read like in the early parts of the year, when I wanted to just escape into a book all the time. Then we have The Snow Dog. Tilly can't wait to spend Christmas with her grandma and great-gran deep in the countryside. But falling asleep on the train, she waits to find herself somewhere different altogether. Tilly has been evacuated from the city at the start of World War One. Stern old Mr. Thomas reluctantly agrees to give her a home on his farm, where he lives alone with his beautiful sheepdog, Tana. But Christmas approaches, the farmhouse gets cut off from the snow, and when Tana comes to Tilly for help one stormy night, she needs to be braver than she ever has before. Like, I'm really excited to read this. Essentially, I'm excited to read all of these books. Next is The Snow Cat. This is so cute, this cover. Christmas is approaching and Belle is staying with her gran in her new house. The flat is part of the grand old Victorian house with beautiful gardens, perfect for exploring. If only Belle had someone to play with. One snowy morning, Belle spots a strange white cat with a golden eye who leads under the branch of the large fire tree. There she meets Charlotte, a girl from the past, who tells her the cat belongs to her poorly sister Lucy. But the snow disappears. Can Belle help her new friend find Lucy's beloved cat? So cute. Next is the Storm Leopard. The countdown to Christmas has begun and Isabel is enjoying a family day out at the zoo. As her sister watches the penguins, Isabel is the only one to catch a glimpse of a snow leopard with its beautiful spotted silver-grey coat and long fluffy tail. Fascinated by these endangered creatures, Isabel tries to find out what she can do to help protect them. Little does she know she's about to be whisked into her own magical snow leopard adventure where her mother and her cubs are in danger. You love this book. And then finally, I have the most beautiful copy ever. This is A Christmas Carol. Humbug, I tell you. So essentially, Scrooge is bar humbug about Christmas. Then his thing of... Then Jacob Marley appears and says that 3 ghosts are going to come and visit him. The ghost of Christmas past, the ghost of Christmas present, and the ghost of Christmas yet to come. Honestly, it's scary. The ghost of Christmas yet to come. I'm so scared to that. But I love the book anyway. So we then see Scrooge's past, and it's so sad. We understand why he hates Christmas so much. Why he actually hates Christmas. He was a little boy left at school. No wonder he doesn't like Christmas. And then his sister comes to, get him home. We also then see his working life of, Christmas parties and that when he works for... in a company, and then we see Ghost of Christmas Present, and then he finds out that Tiny Tim is ill and he's saying his amens and that, and we find out that the Cratchits don't have a lot of money but they're so happy about Christmas even if they don't have a lot of money. Then we see Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come, what Scrooge's life will look like in the future. Obviously Scrooge is getting old, so obviously I'm not going to go into detail on this one too much because it could be quite triggering, talking about the subject matter of that. I know I probably don't need to put a trigger warning under everything, but I just like to in case people do get triggered, because I do get triggered by certain things myself. Death is very triggering for me, so I obviously do include trigger warnings. It's one where you see everybody is happy that Scrooge is gone, and they just you see them seeing his possessions, getting rid of his possessions and that, and then Scrooge sees his grave and then realises he should change. So then at the end he's like, Merry Christmas. He's so jolly about Christmas. He gets a boy to go buy a turkey, pays the boy for getting the turkey, then says take the turkey to Bob Cratchit. Then Scrooge goes and celebrates Christmas, and then Bob Cratchit comes to work late, and then the next day, and Bob Cratchit's like, I'm sorry. And then Scrooge is like, I'm going to increase your salary. And he's wondering what the heck has come over. Why Scrooge is suddenly behaving the way he is. So this is my Christmas TBR. Will I get through all of it or not? I don't know. To probably get through it, I probably need to start reading some of it now. Some of this will probably last into January, so I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Dear Santa, tell me that you'll make it here in time. Yeah, this boy is on